A federal jury has found Donald Trump's former advisor Steve Bannon guilty of contempt of Congress. Reports say Bannon defied a subpoena to testify before lawmakers investigating January the 6th U.S. Capitol riot. The 68-year-old Republican strategist did not appear on the summons date or provide requested documents and was indicted on 2 charges of contempt of Congress. Bannon faces a minimum of 30 days in jail and a maximum sentence of a year for each count. Sentencing was set for October. After refusing to testify for months, Bannon had finally agreed to cooperate with the House investigation. Vanji Haya has the story.
187 minutes, during which the former President of the United States betrayed his oath to the country by refusing to call off the riot.
It was him pouring gasoline on the fire and making it much worse.
That allegation from Sarah Matthews, Donald Trump's former deputy press secretary, one of 2 ex-staffers who testified in person during the 8th in a series of hearings, the second that's taken place in prime time. She called January 6th one of the darkest days in the nation's history.
Through new testimony and never-seen-before evidence, the committee demonstrated that for more than 3 hours that afternoon, the president resisted repeated requests from aides, advisors and some members of his family to publicly condemn the assault that was happening here. Nor did he place any calls to law enforcement agencies or officials to bring the rampage to an end.
If we lose any more time, we may lose the ability to leave.
All whilst chaos was still unfolding inside the Capitol. A chilling revelation by an anonymous White House security official described listening to Vice President Mike Pence's security service detail saying goodbye to their loved ones over the radio in fear for their lives.
We have to have peace. So go home.
Mr. Trump, the committee was told, did eventually relent to the pleas, encouraging his supporters to leave. But even days after, he failed to retract his false claims of voter fraud, which millions of Americans still believe.
But go home and go home in peace.
I was struck by the fact that he chose to begin the video by pushing the lie that there was a stolen election. And as the video went on, I felt a small sense of relief because he finally told these people to go home. But that was immediately followed up by him saying, "We love you, you're very special." And that was disturbing to me because he didn't distinguish between those that peacefully attended his speech earlier that day and those that we watched cause violence at the Capitol. Instead, he told the people who we had just watched storm our nation's Capitol with the intent on overthrowing our democracy, violently attack police officers, and chant heinous things like "Hang Mike Pence, we love you, you're very special."
Donald Trump has branded these hearings a political witch hunt and a scam. Yet Committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney, a Republican, insists the truth cannot be abandoned.
Every American must consider this. Can a president who is willing to make the choices Donald Trump made during the violence of January 6th ever be trusted with any position of authority in our great nation again?
More hearings are scheduled for September. Benji Haya, CGTN,